mathematicians. Today we see one interesting problem asked in linear algebra. It is a very simple problem, but it requires the knowledge of nth root of unity as well as some basic matrix theory. Okay, let's see the problem. Let W be a complex number such that W cube equal to 1, but W not equal to 1. So what is the meaning of W cube equal to 1? It means that W is a cube root of unity. Okay, we are defining a matrix A using W. Okay, so A first row is 1 W W square, second row is W W square 1, third row is W square W 1. So now we are given a matrix. We are asked to which of the following statements are true? That is the question. Okay, first option, this matrix is invertible. Second option is rank of A is 2. 0 is an eigenvalue of A. And finally, there exist linearly dependent vectors such that AU, AV equal to 0. Okay. Here, if you noticed, it is a matrix with the complex entries, right? Why it is a matrix with complex entries? So there are three cube root of unity. Which of them are? So let me write them here separately. First one cube root of unity is 1 because 1 cube is 1. Other two cube root of unity are 1 plus or minus I root 3 by 2. Okay, so if you look at this number, clearly this is a complex number. Okay, so you can take a W to be 1 plus I root 3 by 2 or 1 minus I root 3 by 2. If you take 1 plus I root 3 by 2 as W, then W square will be 1 minus I root 3 by 2. Similarly, if you take W to be 1 minus I root 3 by 2, then W square will be 1 plus I root 3 by 2. This is a simple property of a cube root of unity. You can verify by yourself. Anyway, so since it is a complex matrix. That's what we're trying to see. You see clearly it is a uh, complex numbers are occurring as entries here. Okay, good. Now, if one immediately we can observe something in this matrix. What is that? So you look at the first row and if you multiply the first row by W, okay, what will you get? 1 into W will get W. W into W, W square. W into W square, W cube, but W cube is 1. Okay. Therefore, the vectors, the first row, this vector and this vector, they are linearly dependent over complex numbers because one is a scalar multiple of other. Okay. Therefore, what we can conclude is you can look at the rows or columns, so both are same. For example, if you multiply the first column by W, you will get the maybe we don't get it right. 1 into omega 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 into omega. No, we don't get it. So first row times W is second row. Very good. Therefore, what we conclude is what we conclude is so you take Ri to be the ith row of A. Okay. Then we just saw that row 1 is equal to W times row 2. Correct. Therefore, dimension of row space. What is the meaning of dimension of row space? You consider the rows of this matrix. So this will give you a three vectors in R cube, right? So it is if you consider this is a vector, this is a vector, this is a vector. Each of them is a vector in C cube, correct? Over C, it is a vector. So we have three vectors from C cube, and the first vector is a is a scalar multiple of the second vector. Therefore, rank of, if you look at, so these two vectors are linearly dependent, right? Therefore, if you look at the dimension of the row space of this matrix, it cannot be 3. Okay, if three vectors are linearly independent, then the dimension of the row space will be 3. Since this vector is a scalar multiple of this, we get dimension of row space of this matrix is strictly less than 3. Okay. Okay, so dimension of row space of A is strictly less than 3. But what is the meaning of dimension of row space of A? Dimension of row space of A is nothing but the rank of the matrix. Okay, that is the definition of rank of a matrix. So rank of a matrix is defined to be dimension of the row space of A in or dimension of the column space of A. For any, you can consider any square matrix. I think you can consider rectangular matrix also. It's a row dimension of the row space and the dimension of the column space will be always equal. Okay, so you take it as a exercise. It is a very important problem in a linear algebra. For any matrix, you prove that dimension of the row space equal to dimension of the column space. Okay, that this result can be used in other problems also. Okay, so we conclude that dimension of row space of A is strictly less than 3. Therefore, rank is strictly less than 3. Okay, but we have a very interesting result. If A is a n by n matrix, then determinant of A not equal to 0 if and only if rank of A is n. So if it is a n by n matrix and the rank is n, we call it a full rank. Okay, so determinant of A is not equal to 0 if and only if A, the matrix A has full rank. Okay, but we just saw that it is a 3 by 3 matrix, but the rank is strictly less than 3. Therefore, determinant of A is 0 by this result. Again, you can prove this result also. It is very simple result in a very common result in linear algebra. You can check the book Linear Algebra by Friedberg. Okay. Now, determinant of A equal to 0 means that 0 is an eigenvalue of A. Why? Because determinant is a product of eigenvalue. Product of the eigenvalue 0 means one eigenvalue has to be 0. Okay, so now we come to the options. We get that 0 is an eigenvalue of A is a correct option. Once 0 is an eigenvalue of A, then we conclude that A is invertible is wrong. Okay, so now we have two options left, whether a rank of A is 2 or there exist linear independent vectors such that AU equal to AV equal to 0. So let's deal with them. So if you look at so I just said that rank of A is nothing but a dimension of the row spaces of A. Okay. Now this vector and this vector is linearly dependent. Okay. If these two vectors are linearly independent, then the dimension of the row space will be 2. Okay. Basically, we have to verify that whether these two vectors are linearly independent. Okay. Okay, let's see. There is a much simpler way of checking whether it rank of this matrix is 2. So basically, what is rank? Let me write here. This is an equivalent definition of rank. Rank of A equal to uh, size of the largest largest non-vanishing minor. Okay, so what I mean by this? So one by one minors are just the matrix elements. Okay, there are many 2 by 2 minors. This is a for example, this is a 2 by 2 minor, then this is a 2 by 2 minor, this is a 2 by 2 minor, then this is a 2 by 2 minor, and so on. You can look at this 2 by 2 minor also. Okay, now rank of A is the size of the largest non-vanishing minor. Okay, so if you look at the 3 by 3 minor of this matrix, so 3 by 3 minor is the whole matrix. But this matrix clearly has a determinant 0 because first row is linear combination of the second matrix. Okay, once the some row is linear combination of the other row, then we know that the determinant has to be 0. Therefore, the 3 by 3 minor is vanishing. Okay, therefore rank can be at most 2. Now, if you look at which, okay, maybe we look at this minor, it is easy to compute. What is the determinant of this minor? You will get W square minus W, correct? This into this minus this into this. We will get the W square minus W. So, as I said, W, if you take W to be some number, so I mean W to be either 1 plus I root 3 by 2 or 1 minus I root 3 by 2, and if you take W is 1 plus I root 3 by 2, then W square will be 1 minus I root 3 by 2. Okay, so I'll for the timing I'll take W to be 1 plus I root 3 by 2. Okay, then I get W square minus W is 1 minus I root 3 by 2. W, if I take W to be 1 plus I root 3 by 2, I take W square, I will get W square will be 1 minus I root 3 by 2. So W square minus W, if you calculate this number, so basically real part will cancel. You will get what will you get? 1 minus I root 3 minus 1 minus I root 3 whole divided by 2. This is equal to minus 2I times root 3 by 2. Basically it is minus I root 3. Okay, anyway, this number is not equal to 0. Therefore what we conclude is uh, that this 2 by 2 minor is non-zero. Okay, therefore rank cannot be 3 because 3 by 3 minor is 0, but there is a 2 by 2 minor non-zero. See, we conclude that rank of this matrix is 2, or simply we can check that these two vectors are linearly independent. That is much easier to do. So now if rank of A is 2, then now the fourth option is false. Okay, because in we'll see why fourth option is wrong, because now we have concluded that the rank of A equal to 2. Now we look at the rank nullity theorem. Okay, suppose V is a vector space of dimension n and A is a linear transformation from V to V. Then the dimension of this vector space n equal to nullity of A plus rank of A. Okay, now n equal to 3, rank is 2, therefore we get nullity of A equal to 1. Okay, but what is nullity of A? Nullity of A is nothing but the dimension of kernel of A. Therefore we get dimension of the kernel of A is 1. But here they are saying that there are two linear independent eigenvectors in the kernel of A, but the dimension of the kernel is 1. Therefore last option is wrong. Okay, therefore option 2 and 3 is correct. Okay. Okay, guys. So there is a video in which there is another very important problem using nth root of unity and matrices. I have given link to that problem in description, where I have explained about nth root of unity very clearly. For example, here one very simple observation. To prove this matrix has 0 as an eigenvalue, we did really too much work. It is very simple to see that this matrix has 0 is an eigenvalue, because what is a row sum? 1 plus omega 1 plus w plus w square. This row sum is 1 plus w plus w square. This row sum is 1 plus w plus w square. Correct? So if w is a cube root of unity, then 1 plus w plus w square, actually this w is a primitive nth root of unity, since w not equal to 1. So if w is a primitive nth root of unity, then if you sum them 1 plus w plus w square plus etc plus w power n minus 1, you will get 0. Therefore this row sum is 0, this row sum is 0, this row sum is 0. So in our different videos, in one of our video we proved that if a matrix has constant row sum, then that sum value is an eigenvalue. Okay, therefore for this matrix 0 is an eigenvalue with the corresponding eigenvector 1 1 1. Okay, so I have given the link to that problem also in the description. Also, why sum of this nth root of unity equal to 0, that is we have very clearly discussed it in another problem. That problem also I have given in the description. So please check those two videos if you want to learn more about nth root of unity, because nth root of unity alone, it's very important concept for CSR exam. You can see many problems in terms of primitive nth root of unity. Okay, so in this one problem we did many different uh, options using different approaches. I hope you learned something new today. Okay, if you like this video, please like this video. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe it to my channel. So if I know some people are watching regularly, I will also feel very interested to upload more videos. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, take care. Thank you. All the best.